Hello, hello, hello. Hey, David, I was just replying to you in Discord. But I can just talk to you here now. Okay. Hey, Mark, are you driving? Let me do the ads. Discord. Curse my job. There we go, the announcement's up. So yeah, I wrangled it. It appears to be working. Let me know if anything is not working and I'll probably scream into a pillow or something, because I'm sure it'll be a great game and I'm sure it's just like my own fault these issues are happening, but it seems to be working as long as I don't play it in full screen. Okay. Okay, controller works. I'm not reading while driving, I promise. I'm waiting for the slowest automatic. I'm not texting while driving, I promise. I'm waiting for the slowest automatic gate ever. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, so we're playing Scarlet Hollow today and just making sure it worked. Yeah, when it was flickering, it was only in OBS preview and also only when the leaves went across the screen. It was kind of weird. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Hang on, let me see if I can do something about that. Capture cursor is there. Okay, I don't think you're gonna be able to see my mouse. I'll play with controller anyway. Oh wait, you can't see it. You just couldn't see it while it was not... While it was a pointer, not in the game. Okay, we're good. Let's look at the... Oh. That is a huge difference in what appearance, vibe. I was looking through here and this is all right. I don't know what some of these mean. Like auto forward time, like what does this mean? Anyway, if there's something off, I now know the options and I know where to change them. And the ads are over, so let's play. Your name is... Okay. I'm Tazzy. Nice to meet you. Well, that's not right. Spell my own name. You live in the city of... Like, do I make up something here? It's like I could just put in like Melbourne, but Townsville? Okay, we live in the city of Townsville. Call the Powerpuff Girls. Made my last one, the circus, the city. I like that. You does not impact game. Oh, cool, you can choose pronouns. He, him, they, them, she, her. Select 2 traits. Traits unlock additional paths and dialogue options. Ooh. Okay, do we get like it? Tough as nails, the pinnacle of fitness, an imposing presence that commands the room, a mean right hook. Well, that's not me. Mystical, strange and unusual, you see the threads of reality in ways others cannot. That one seems like it would open up some nice dialogue stuff. I'm hoping it's not like in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines where you like choose something like this, but like it recommends not for a first playthrough because you get spoilers. Talk to animals. Animals can talk to you. A gift and a curse. Dr. Doolittle. Street smart, good at lying and hard to lie to. Fast talker, you can read people and read the room. No door can hold you. Hot, extremely good looking, a natural flirt. People just like you probably because you're a good person. Well, that's not right. Book smart, well read and rational, possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge and know when to use it. A talented researcher. Observant with a knack for picking up moral details. Empathetic. I think I'm going to go mystical and keen eye. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pale and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made because you were always going to find your way here. So when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. And now, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when he started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what? Are you serious? What's wrong with... Wait, what? Yeah, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad, not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We ended up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after all that. We've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Yeah, no, don't do that. This guy sucks. Oh, I was wondering where I Want You Yeah came from. That's his t-shirt. I Want You Yeah. About 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real. And, geez, you ever get so mad you want to, kill somebody? No. Yeah, couldn't threaten. Smile and pretend you didn't just say that. I knew you'd get me. We understand each other. Someone who's trying to break your heart, that changes a person. Makes them want to do things I never thought they'd want to do. Ha! I honestly could have killed that woman. Oh my god. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. I hope this bus crashes. But I don't know if I'm, into that stuff. So I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Can you love her enough to make this work? Of course he doesn't. Yeah, I'm not engaging. Huh, that's interesting. Please let this man get off the bus soon, you think. You're not sure where he could possibly take this conversation next, but you definitely don't want to find out. Yeah, people tell me I lead an interesting life, but I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Maybe other folks don't do that enough. Anyway, where'd you say you were headed? Home? I think I've never been, but I felt it call like a back in my mind for as long as I can remember. Something's only put off for so long. Just a small town. You probably haven't heard of it. I'm not telling this guy where I'm going. That's probably Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Hollow, as they call it in these parts. Damn it. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I've had it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way. Though, actually, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Hollow, you see. There's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks. But my buddies got desperate enough to try it. Oh, I picked Mystic and Keen Eye. Hi, Tack. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone for once, focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. Why is the peanuts dripping? They're boiled peanuts. Got them in a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you'd use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip, sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Nice, I love boiled peanuts. Actually allergic to eat the peanuts. No thanks. I don't want the dripping peanuts. Put your hand up to say no. I'm not really hungry. There's still a good 45 minutes left in your journey, pal, assuming nothing goes wrong. Best to have them on hand. The young man sets the peanuts down on the empty seat next to him. The juices dribble through the bottom of the bag and onto the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. Gross. I want to make boiled peanuts because of this game. Is it like a thing? I've never heard of boiling peanuts. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. Ew, look, it's all wet. Just like that, you're alone with the stranger's peanuts soaking into the seat across from you. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. Game is set in North Carolina where the devs are from. Apparently it's a thing there. Ooh, today I learned. Are they usually wet, though? The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Tazzy. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Yes, you should ask. Give her your hey, Tabitha. Come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. You just like it? It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Dialogue options able to explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Oh, let me turn it up on my end. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah. Yeah, she was who I used as a reference because she's on, the front page of the game. I didn't want to like deep dive into different pictures because I didn't want to spoil myself. So yeah. How are you holding up? Fine. You sure? You seem tense. You know you can talk to me, right? I went through something similar when my own mum passed. She tenses up even more at the mention of your mum before letting out a heavy sigh. Maybe it's a sore spot for her. You quickly apologize. I'm sorry, I know that's probably not what you're looking to hear right now. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine. Really. Can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mum to thank for that. Or had, I guess. Thanks! You can feel the same careless cruelty in Tabitha's words that your mother would use when she talked about Pearl Ann and the old Scarlets. The wound that tore your family apart runs deep enough that it bled through the generations. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me. I don't know what my mum's problem was. Yeah, Dead Mom's Club. Why do they keep trying to put that in? I don't know why my mum... I think I'll go with this one. I don't know I don't know why my mum left or what kind of grudge she had against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. Whatever. What's done is done. So, the funeral? It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Have you worked out all the details yet? Taken care of. Don't need any help. Yeah, I'm not doing that one. Decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. This doesn't seem architecturally sound. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cram apartments. Someone used to cramped apartments in grey cities. The story is immediately grabbing me. I got to know the family drama. Right? Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it, perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. Yeah, it's gonna fall. Man, the art here, it's so amazing. It feels cramped and, I love it. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. There are many code violations. Yep. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, the bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you all around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. It's beautiful and clean. Do you live here? Yeah, and I'm letting you stay here for free, so mind your manners. Or did your mother not teach you about those? Just get the tour over with. Follow me. Put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. I know that you're probably not supposed to like her, but I love her. I immediately like her. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name's Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. You need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explore options to prevent you from taking others too carefully. What if I want ice cream? Is there someone in town to buy food? I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Sweet, thanks. Cool. Good talk. Yeah, I don't think she'd appreciate the enthusiasm. Steal her mac and cheese? No! I would get so mad if someone stole my mac and cheese and ice cream and I was putting them aside. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. You know, Chick-fil-A on the way home, but I forgot it's Sunday. Yeah. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. I love him. Look at him. Is that your cat? What's his name? Frou Frou. Oh, I love her. Never mind. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Leave the cat be. Consent is important. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom, not much to show, it's a bathroom. I'll wait outside, do what you must if you must. It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room and mystery stains paint the floor. Are you sure this toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. Okay. Sign resignation. Okay, that's the spirit. Lift toilet seat. Ah, bugs. Bugs skitter from the ball as you lift the seat. Hey, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Toilet's a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs to do it, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must, and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. You can need more than toilet water for a toilet door. It apparently works. Next up, guest bedroom, last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. Like, what was I gonna do? Pee in a bucket? This place is kind of a dump. That's an understatement. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats this room. Someone has died here. No, people have died in here. People die everywhere. The closet's full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. Yeah, I don't think this is something. That's not something you ask when you first get somewhere. What a dump, I hate it. What's with all the boxes? Old family stuff. What kind of family stuff? Unimportant family stuff. Okay, cool. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here, and now you'll sleep here. Carrying on the fine traditions of bedrooms being slept in. I love her. Guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me, I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. You know, we don't have to inherit our parents' bad blood. We can start fresh now that it's just us. Sure. Look, I'm sorry, I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you weren't exactly one to talk. Clearly you and I have very different opinions on hospitality. Have I been that rude? I was making an effort to be courteous. Maybe we can start fresh tonight. Just stay out of my hair until then, okay? I have work to do. Sounds good. She has taken my olive branch. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to be done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Go straight to the Forbidden Wings. I should probably put my stuff in my room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Let's look at the painting. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you've barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Marybelle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. I have to make Tabitha like me. That is my entire goal for this game. Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you were in this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. Hey, it's like one of those mobile games, like Gardenscapes. Did anyone here play Gardenscapes? That was... Okay, and once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the bird song. Yeah, you'd definitely do that. Just not right now. Check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Pick up the doll? Of course, you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. The foot reads, property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. It's not creepy. What if it hurts her feelings? Take a nap. You immediately collapse on the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. That sucks. Put my clothes in the dresser, I guess. Ah, hi! Oh my god, it comes with free possum? This place is the best. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It's quiet but angry. Clothes on top of opossum. Pardon me, good sir. You gently close the drawer, leaving the marsupial in peace. This drawer belongs to the opossum and there's nothing you can do about it. Exactly. Have you seen that meme that says girlhood is a spectrum and the scale is creepy porcelain doll to lizard? Man, so many people think that my porcelain dolls are creepy. I love my porcelain dolls. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. As good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you've been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. That's enough. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do right now. You know, I didn't eat the wet peanuts, so let's get a PB&J. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen. Kitty! Hi, Frou-Frou. Ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, plate, and a knife. Let's approach Frou-Frou. We need permission. It's her kitchen. The cat hisses as you draw near, but remains firmly in place. This is clearly Frou-Frou's spot on the counter. Don't mind me. You back away from Frou-Frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. Let's search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below, in separate handwriting, are the words, "Okie dokie." Oh, hell yeah, there's lots of... There is lots of jam in here. There's also, is that banana choco? Ice cream. You open the fridge, you already feel a deep urge to wash your hands even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Grab ice cream. No. Take jelly. Ooh, Lucy's. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter, but better close this fridge and keep looking. Return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. Pantry. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Let's look closer. You squint into the darkness of the pantry. Behind the molded bread, a single book lies forgotten, a thin layer of dust collected on its cover. You pick it up. Calf's brain aspic. Teddy's favorite, serve on toast with plain crackers. Teddy, are you okay? You flip to a bookmarked page. Both calf's brain and aspic are unappetizing enough on their own. You can only imagine how vile a combination the two would be. What kind of person would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mum ran far, far away from this place. Other Tabitha might have went, yeah, I need food for my cousin to eat for a week, 8 jars of jelly. Should it, right? She is so relatable so far. You shut the book and put it back in its place. Take bread. Pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some peanut butter. Take peanut butter. GIF. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. The only things you need now are a plate or a knife. Cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Tabitha got me hankering for mac and cheese. I'm going to get some of the good stuff. Yeah, do it. Plate and a butter knife. It's the last ingredients you needed to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. Examine the mug. We can sticky bake. I had mac and cheese for lunch. No, I want mac and cheese. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock NC. So your aunt and cousin actually travelled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. Might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearl Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you've heard of your mum, Pearl Ann wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave up themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Maybe it belongs to Janie. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. Close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Make that PB&J. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. A job well done. Cooking by the book, follow the recipe. I got an achievement for that. All of that hassle and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Let's check out the garden. This is beautiful. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Explore the garden. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Oh, that's it? Okay, kitchen. I've seen much more overgrown gardens. It looks good, right? I'm done here. Bye, Frou-Frou. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Might as well head to town. There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you would have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that one guy in the bus called it, has probably seen better days. Still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Puppy! Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers! Puppy! Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get it loose and cause havoc. Pug, she's so cute. I love Pug, she's so cute. Thanks, she is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out and she's got a couple of weird growths, but for a 17-year-old pug, that's pretty good. That is really good. She's 17? That's gotta be really old for a dog, right? Sure is. She's about 84 in dog years. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. I'll better get 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? Oh my God. Where are my manners talking for this long without introducing myself? I'm Stella. Not often I see a strange face up in the hollow. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't down for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Tazzy. Must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all alone up in that big house. Even though we just met a couple of hours ago, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about her. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go at things. She and her mum were really close. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself? Probably good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. I must be friend Tabby. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everyone's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school production of A Midsummer's Night Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Hey, free food! Turn around and leave without saying another word. Who would do that? Biscuits, your treat? Hell yeah. Awesome, let's go. Hey, this place is packed. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. Hey, Tintin, enjoy your look. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Tazzy. Just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. Let's listen. Stella turns to Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, two policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet her. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. I have a haunted look. I always thought it would go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. Well, that's rude. A young mother and a syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That's Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, so that's why she looks so sad. I'd look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you going to finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, sweet pea. We've got to get home to help Daddy. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper. Your kids are brutal. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always call boys, punks, and whippersnappers? Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched across the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So that's the boss's cousin. Oh, she's the boss of the coal mine? So that's the work she had to do. There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right. For old Miss Palin. May she rot in peace. I'll let the lady rest Sachs. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as delayed to rest. You've been around in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill too, Rodriguez. He's right. Nastiest woman I ever met. That Tabitha's a blessing compared to her. Curse the whole lot of them. May every scarlet burn in hell. That's enough of that. Coal miners are brutal too. Hey, Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. Hang on, I need a drink. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can press... I love how they tell me that I can hide the text box just to see the pug eating bacon. Oh. Worth it. Oh, wait, you can't see. Hang on. Worth it. Anything for you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Isn't bacon bad for dogs? I mean, she's 17. How much is the coffee? $1, but that gets you unlimited refills. Cool, can you throw in a biscuit too? I hear they're really good. Best in the country. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Coffee is $1 with free refills. I'm getting the feeling that this isn't modern day. I love Avery. They're so pretty and cool. And I'm sorry. Did I accidentally turn on auto? Dialogue history. Okay. What are the controls? Left button. Okay. It is modern day? Oh, the economy is great then. Well, that was quick save. Oh, no. That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Is that like a church thing? Would be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Sweet. This is accurate to modern American small town. The economy is definitely not great. If there's coffee for $1, I'm not complaining. Not too many go to church around here, if I'm being honest. Isn't this like the rural South? I get that. I'm not one of the church-going persuasion myself. Same for me. Whatever feeling some folks get in church, I think it must be the feeling I get when I look at the sky on a night hike. That feeling of peace and wholeness. But that's not to say we're a town of heathens or anything like that. There are plenty of God-fearing folks around. They just aren't fans of the church. Well, the building's okay, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy, a little creepy. You get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? I can't... You have something in mind, something's telling me this is a loaded question. Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of times in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there to... Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Oh, right, American biscuit. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. You didn't have to do that. No worries, hope you enjoy it. Pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. Why is the biscuit description mystical? It's that good. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Hey! You and everyone else. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, Dazzy. It's amazing. Nice. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh, yeah. The Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird at the Catawba River. And that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure it's a cat, and a big one at that. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it would be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from our local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it is, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. I don't want to ruin her thing, but it's not live, so it looks like a big cat. See, it's got those little kitty ears right there. Maybe it's a mountain lion. No way, it's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat. There's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commentators for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. Oh yeah, capybaras are, yeah. It's pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm going to go after that. Wait, no spoilers. I'd probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See you around. I can't. I'm sorry. I said I'd hang out with Tabby. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going to go after the skunk ape. What's skunk ape? It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? I would love to go, but I said that I'd hang out with Tabitha. Let me save. I'm good. I'm sure Tabitha's expecting me home some point anyway. I'd love to go, but I really need to... Oh, it'll be fun, I promise. Even if we don't find a skunk ape, the woods have a lot to offer. You'll be able to see the stars at night with no light pollution whatsoever. You're guaranteed to encounter some interesting wildlife, and best of all, you get to eat hiking snacks. Can we go tomorrow? I really want to go. Each playthrough is so different. You want to play many times. You can pick both eventually. Yeah, but I told Tabitha we'd hang out. My favorite part of hiking, so I always have a full stock. Most of the snacks are homemade too, in case that tempts you. I think I'm good. Thanks for the invite, but it's been a long trip. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I guess I get it. You'll be missing out though. A moment of not so comfortable silence hangs between you. I'll see you around, yeah? And tell Tabby I'm here if she ever needs me. Stella slides out the booth, Gretchen in tow, and heads to the counter to pay. You are alone in the booth. Stella already paid, but that doesn't mean you can't leave a tip. Should you, though? Yeah, sure. Man, I have no idea about tipping culture. Are you supposed to? I mean, reach into your pockets and pull out a single crumpled dollar bill and a quarter. Leave the money on the table and follow Stella out the diner. It's America, you gotta tip, but it's so stupid. Hanging out with Stella managed to park some time, but there's still plenty of daylight left. Maybe it's worth spending more time exploring the town. See, why don't things just cost what they cost? Oh, she looks cool. You wander into the quaint little general store. It's not as put together as some of the others you saw along your journey. It seems to reflect the state of the town, with its meager offerings of dented canned goods and neglected tourist trap trinkets. Feels like an old place that is slowly limping its way to the modern day, lagging behind by just enough to be eternally unfashionable. 100% tip, yeah. The rundown country ambience clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you as something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. There's also something about her that you recognize, a closeness of spirit that makes her feel familiar to you, despite the obvious fact that you've never met. Okay. Hi, you're looking for something in particular? A witch! You said, oh my god, when I walked in. Do you also know who I am? Yeah, you're Tazzy. I thought you were actually going to show up. It's like Bigfoot just walked in. I'm Kanika. Everyone sounds so friendly. They're not friendly. They all think I'm printed by local artists. Ooh. What's there to do in town? I have a lot of time to kill. If you're looking for something exciting, you definitely came to the wrong place. The only restaurant we have in town is the diner. The only real place to hang out is probably the library. There's a gas station. For what's that worth? There's a bar, but it's not exactly a place you want to go. It's a dive that's always full of miners. I'm pretty sure someone at the diner is throwing a party this weekend in case you want to go to a weird house party with a bunch of strangers the day before a funeral. If I were you, I'd just wait out the week, read a book, and hope the days pass quickly. Then go back to your life and forget you were ever here. Doesn't sound like you're very fond of this place. No, I'm not. I've spent enough time here for one lifetime, but getting out is always easier said than done. I should probably buy something while I'm here. Home Depot sent a thing saying I'm pre-approved for a consumer credit card. I literally just go there with my dad. I don't. Yeah, that's a scam. Oh, sure. Let's get an ice cream. Quickly head to the fridges, grabbing the nearest frostbitten pint of ice cream before making your way to the register. I'll get my own. We're unfortunately out of Hillbrook Creamery, in case brand loyalty runs in the family. I was hoping I could butter her up with a new pint. This is the wrong one. I'm afraid so. We don't carry that weird stuff she eats anymore, not since we stopped coming around to buy it. And we finally managed to sell off the lot of it a couple of years ago, thank God. Before I forget, how much do I owe you? $5. You hand Kanika a 5. As is custom, the ice cream is now yours. I have ice cream. It was nice chatting. I'll get out of your hair now, but I'm sure I'll see you around. Yeah, I'm sure I'll see you around. This town is like 3 streets wide. Scarlet Hollow. Chat with Kanika at the general store early Monday afternoon. Oh, achievement for that too. You find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's desolate main street once again. Looks like the sun's finally starting to set. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant nightlife another day. But for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. You return to the dirt road, beginning the trek back up towards the estate. As the sun sinks deeper into the horizon, the sky is flooded with orange and pink hues. The shadows around you darkening and stretching out over the path. The mountains seem to make night come quickly here, the rounded hills blotting out the dying sun prematurely, casting the valley of Scarlet Hollow into an eerie autumn twilight. You've had a long day. Between travelling and meeting all these strangers, the dusty bed that waits for you back at the estate is starting to sound... You pause mid-thought. Something is standing in the tree line, watching you, trying to be very still. It's a cat, and a very big one. I found the cryptid! That was quick. Is this what you saw in Stella's footage? There's a tension that chills you in a way that extends beyond the physical threat the creature poses. Something about the way it looks at you feels wrong, distant, like it's both looking at you and looking through you at the same time. How far away is it though? Hey there, buddy. The creature continues to watch you from the tree line. It remains unsurprisingly silent. Continue towards the estate, maintaining eye contact. Turning as you go to eye contact with the creature, neither you or it blink. The foliage in the tree line snaps and crunches as you walk, matching your pace. It would seem that the creature you've encountered is intent on stalking you. Oh, it's melting. And then it emerges. An honest-to-goodness mountain lion, and there is something horribly wrong with it. Oh, poor buddy. Poor thing. You reflect on the tension you felt when you first caught a glimpse of it in the woods. This creature isn't just ill, something is replacing it. It takes yet another step towards you, drool leaking from its slack mouth. I mean, Stella would love this. I'm dead. As you pull out your phone and hit record, the mountain lion dashes forward with surprising speed, ears back and claws glinting. There's a heavy thump as it connects. You find yourself tumbling forward, pinching over the side of the road and rolling downhill. It's disorienting. You find it to be almost impossible to stop yourself, the incline too steep, every attempt ending in more scratches and bumps from the rough terrain of the mountainside. You finally land with a breath-stealing thump in a small copse of trees, battered and bruised, bleeding from the thorny shrubbery, but not dead. It doesn't bother trying to hide now, leaping into the clearing with killing intent in its wide yellow eyes, ready to finish what it started. And then... the evening air is pierced with the sound of a gunshot. The mountain lion is gone in a flash, leaving a thin trail of blood behind as it disappears into the dark woods beyond the path. As you gain your bearings, you realize that your ice cream is gone. You must have lost it in your not my ice cream! Damn, nearly had the thing. And I nearly had you too. Who the hell are you and what are you doing out here? Looking to get shot? I start crying. What the hell was that thing? Mountain lion. Been after it all day. Wait a tick, you seem awfully familiar. He looks you up and down with his good eye. Ain't you that Scarlet kid everyone's been saying wasn't gonna show? I apologize for my brusqueness, and I'm sorry for you and Miss Tabitha's loss. You can call me Duke. No need to thank me for saving your life. This thing is my favorite. It is cool. Duke seems to think for a moment, glancing up at the darkening sky. You'd better not keep walking around on your own out here, not with that thing on the prowl. Hate to think anything might happen to you without me to save your skin. Tell you what, tag along with me while I finish what we started, and I'll be sure to get you home safe. I'd wager Miss Tabitha would appreciate somebody looking out for you. To get that son of a bitch. There's something wrong with that mountain lion. Probably got the cancer, had all them lumps. Doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more deadly than ever now that it sees death coming for it. As you well know, when's the last time you heard of a mountain lion attacking anybody, especially on this side of the continent? You're one of a lucky few, so don't ruin it by going off and dying alone in the woods after God did you a favor. I appreciate you looking out for me too. Thanks. No, don't mention it. I won't be able to sleep at night knowing I'd let someone go off on their own in the dark with something like that prowling around after them. Stick with me. We'll make sure it doesn't get the chance to take a chunk out of anybody. Don't like the thought of a man-eater like that around my town. You and Duke make your way to the dark woods, following the trail of blood the mountain lion left behind. Before long, the sun is completely set and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. Though Duke has a flashlight, he uses it sparingly, letting you both adjust to the starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as the two of you pick your way through the underbrush. Every snapping twig could be the deadly paws of the thing that hunted you. Every rustling leaf the herald of a vicious attack, though you know deep down it's probably nothing but squirrels and shrews. Until you hear the unmistakable sound of something large shifting among the fallen trees. Gotcha. The old man quietly steps forward, gun held at the ready. What the hell? Duke, you scared me. What are you doing out here so late? Stella, I'd ask the same, but I'm sure I know what has you slinking around after dark. Do you know how close I just came to putting a hole in you? But you didn't. No harm, no foul. What are you doing with Tazzy? Thought she was going home. Gretchen's little nose seems to pick up something she doesn't like. She thrashes in Stella's arms, whining threateningly. Whoa, calm down, girl. You know Tazzy. I swear, it gets so hard to hold on to her when she gets like this. Sometimes it feels like she's only geriatric when she wants to be. It's all right, little lady. You stay so long as you got your mama looking after you. Oh, that's so cute. Unlike you, Stella, if you decide to keep on doing whatever it is you're doing out here, I think you'll find these woods ain't agreeable tonight. Tazzy here had a run-in you wouldn't believe. So just go home and save all this for some other night. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. I was attacked by a mountain lion, you know, the kind they said didn't exist in these parts. There were mountain lions in North Carolina until the late 1800s. The east cougar was the second largest member of the small cat family and is now extinct. Aw, poor eastern cougar. Oh, see, she's been trying to fill your head with her nonsense too. It's not nonsense. Don't you get started, Stella Richmond. We was both there and we saw the damn thing. It was a mountain lion, plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just that I did a whole video on them and found absolutely no evidence that they exist out here. Eastern mountain lions are extinct. There hasn't been a sighting in ages. Hey, just like Monk said. There hasn't been a sighting in decades until now. Your friend here near got damn eaten by one. So if you don't want your last video to be found 20 years from now next to a pile of your bones in the den of some long dead creature, you'd best get out of these woods. That would be so cool. Skunk Ape, totally believable. Eastern Mountain Lion, nah. No, it would not. Your mama and daddy are spinning in their graves here and talk like that. If they ain't around to stop you, then I'll take on that responsibility. Go on, get. The old man's shoes are away. Fine, I'll go. Despite Stella's apparent willingness to back down, an existential dread begins to settle into your spine. Something fated has been locked in stone. Somebody here is going to die tonight. What? What? Did I pick something wrong? We all need to get out of the woods right now. If we don't, someone here is going to die tonight. Why even try to warn them? Fate is fate. There's no resisting it. You know this. Oh, you're just shook up from earlier. No one's going to die. Except the mountain lion, of course. And Miss Richmond here if she doesn't keep to her word. No, I'm totally just going home, like I said. Thanks, Duke. Later, Tazzy. Let me know if you see anything cool. And with that, she's off. Just you and Duke in the dark woods once again. Damn, we've been stopped too long. Now the old hip's starting to voice its complaints. There's an overlook just up this way. Let's sit a spell. I brought a few victuals along if you're peckish. You find your way along the narrow path and emerge on a rocky outcropping overlooking the dark forest. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you have ever seen before. Duke interrupts the serenity of the scene with his old man grunt, folding his creaky joints as he settles on a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack if you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple of beers. I already forgot what was your other trait. Keen eye. I've got mystical and keen eye. I figured those would help me get the most out of the story. At least it's night-night. Even if the circumstances leave something to be desired, help yourself to jerky. As for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself. But I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. I really that we're up here. Shouldn't be drinking. I can't eat jerky. I'm vegetarian. Seems like you and Stella go right back. There's a lot of options here. Let's do the mystical one. I'm serious about the feeling I got, Duke. Something bad's gonna go down tonight. I ain't gonna put stock in the superstitious whims of a stranger. Fair. They were extirpated from the East United States, presumed extinct in 1930. Okay. Besides, you had a run-in with that critter. Ain't the sort of thing a person should just let live. This goes beyond protecting my livestock now. I'll have some of that jerky. Damn straight you will. Take a labourer's bite of the jerky, straining your jaw as it bites back, but you manage to tear off a leathery piece. It's not especially flavourful, but it is very satisfying, like how you imagine old-timey war rations might taste. Why did everyone think I wasn't going to come for the funeral? That'd be Miss Pearl Ann's doing. She was never very kind when talking about your side of the family. Bless her heart and God rest her soul, of course. But she told everyone your side of the family had sworn off Scarlet Hollow and everyone who lived here. So no one around these parts thought would be seeing much of you. For a moment, you think you catch something in the tree line from out the corner of your eye, but before you can see anything, it's gone. Is it just me or does it feel like we're being watched right now? That's just nature. You get used to it. Tell me about yourself. So Duke, tell me about yourself. You want to know about me? Can't say I know what there is to tell. I've got a beautiful wife, Irma, who I love to hell and back. We've got our boy Bo and our little farm. And our closest neighbour is that bastard Julius Tremaine, but that's neither here or there. Tell me, what's the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? I get the feeling you want to show me a large pumpkin. Damn right. Not just any pumpkin. The biggest pumpkin I bet you'll ever see. Feast your eyes on this beautiful lady. Duke pulls out his wallet, flipping it open to a photograph of a very, very large pumpkin. Big Betty, my biggest yet. Me and Bo are taking her down to the fair this week, aiming to take her on the blue ribbon. Congrats, you have a very big pumpkin. How'd it get so big? Patience and dedication, and a whole lot of water. Oh, and chicken muck, which of course we got plenty of. Less lately, what with the mountain lion, but even if we don't manage to track it down tonight, don't look like that thing is long for this world. One way or another, it'll soon cease to be on my list of problems. What a pumpkin, she's gorgeous. She really is. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a glimpse of her when she's on her way out of town. She really is something you need to see with your own eyes. Pictures don't do her justice. I was wondering, how did you find me? Been on that thing's trail all day. Got myself a personal vendetta. Been after my chickens. I've seen around my property a few times now, and the next day I always have a bird or two missing. Those birds, it's like a family to me. Racing from eggs, they know me by sight, like I'm their daddy. So it means something to me when some creature sets their eyes on my hens. That thing shoots up to the top of my list of enemies. And suppose I see some commonalities between you and my chickens. Didn't expect to find a near stranger out there on the wrong end of that thing, but I'm glad I did, for your sake. Mugger's been on a Eastern... Yeah, sorry, I'm very interested in the cougar facts, but I'm trying to piece together the bits of the story, and I'm like, okay, I am putting a pin in the cougar facts. I do appreciate them. I want you to know that. Are they really up? I can't believe Stella wouldn't believe us about the mountain lion. Are they really that rare up here? If you ask most people, there ain't been any in these parts for decades. But everybody who lives deep enough in the hills has a story or two about seeing one. Not that anyone believes us. If you don't manage to bag that son of a bitch, you'll have one of them stories too. And then you'll get the rare pleasure of telling people what you're seeing with your own two eyes and never having nobody believe you. My cousin must be really worried about me by now. Oh, spend some quality time with old Duke. You open your mouth to speak, but before you get the words out, your phone buzzes in your pocket. You're getting a phone call. It's your cousin. Pick up the phone. Tazzy, where did you go? Are you dead? I almost got eaten by a... I almost got eaten by a mountain lion. I'm walking around in the woods with some old guy with a shotgun. You what? No wonder you sound like you're inside a blender. Your reception must be terrible out there. If that's Miss Tabitha, you should tell her you're here with old Duke. She'll know me. Clearly, I don't need to explain that being in the woods, especially at night, is a bad thing. Get the old guy to take you back to town now. Oh, she's worried. And tell her how I saved your life too, so she knows you're in good hands. There's a sound nearby, a scuffling, and then... What in the... I love her. I know she meant well. Sorry, I really didn't mean to get into trouble. Look, as long as you don't die, I'm sure I can forgive you. Aww. The rustling grows louder. That must be my birdie. She's still alive. The call ends abruptly, the bad reception finally giving out. The old man takes a step towards the tree line. Get your thieving little hands off her. Duke charges forward, flashlight in hands, crashing through the brush. He's dead. Damn, that thing is fast. Which way to go? There's an odd sound nearby, though it isn't the sound of whatever the two of you were chasing. It's a human voice, and one you recognize immediately. It would appear that Stella didn't leave the woods after all. Seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but... Duke stops mid-stride to listen, his hearing evidently not quite as sharp as yours. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I've never seen anything like it. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go on home? The two of you emerge into the clearing, revealing what Stella had been filming so intently. It's Bertie, her little chicken body panting desperate breaths as she lies in a crumpled heap at Stella's feet. Bertie, oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. And so, like, you'd be a normal person, normal YouTuber who just talks to the camera instead of the kind that films people's dying pets. That's so rude. Stella, I don't think you should put this online. I really hope the fate of death is just the chicken. No offense to Bertie, right? Tassie's right. Nobody has to see her like this. Sorry, Duke. It's just, my job. It's cruel, is what it is. Bertie don't deserve to be made into some online sideshow. There's something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. No goddamn shit. It's like some kind of plague. Better not be contagious. This is just like the mountain lion. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you, gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan, and then another, and another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. I think we should get out of here. Agreed. We've all had enough excitement. Come on, Bertie, let's just get you home. Are you guys hearing this? She starts filming again. As Duke scoops out the injured Bertie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded. The strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What the hell is that? Don't you step another foot closer or I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates, and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Bertie, tucked under Duke's arm. Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along with the din around you. You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Gretchen's whines and barks reaching a fevered pitch as another creature's malformed hands grasp at her. No, Gretchen! Oh my God. What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet and then chaos. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushes the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Bertie with its oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit, get your grubby little hands off my bird! No, don't hit me! Hopefully it just wants the bird. I hate to say it, but Bertie is not going to make it through the night. Gretchen is in danger, but if it goes for Duke instead of Bertie... Okay. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out along something sharp and unnatural. No! At the den, there is the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it's gone. Is Duke okay? Duke? He's not okay! Poor trigger discipline and unfortunate. No! Oh my God. Oh my God, what do we do? Okay, first things first, I grab Gretchen. There. Step one is done. Gretchen is safe. Great. Okay. Step two. What's step two? Okay, take some deep breaths. What do you mean? I'm totally acting calm and rational. Now, step 2 is that we chase after those things to get as much footage as we can. It's the only way anyone will believe us about what happened. No! We owe it to do. No, we don't. Stella, we have to get out of here. Okay. Let's go. As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, the unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you. Keep moving. You say nothing, continuing forward with a grim determination. We're almost there. You and Stella reach the main road, and the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. Sounds like they've stopped following us. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. Oh my god, Tabitha! 6 missed calls. Well, being a YouTuber does too. It's a good thing I'm a Twitcher then. And 13 text messages. Call her. You try and call Tabitha back, but it goes straight to voicemail. Text her that you're okay. You text Tabitha back and let her know you're okay. Your message sits unread. I think I'm in trouble. That's a lot of texts and missed calls from you-know-who. Maybe Tabby's just worried about you. But first things first, let's call the police. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl. It's Stella Richmond. I'm out in the mountains. I'm up in the mountain on the Estina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. Happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's going to tell Bo? Man, I knew he was going to die when he started talking about his family. You never talk about your family. I guess now we wait. Takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers. Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being in the middle of the night. Right? See, right here, a thing jumps out of the woods, then the shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. No, there was more than one. They chased us through the woods. Whatever they are, they aren't human. And they killed Duke. Now we're going to have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. You notice Stella pop something out of the camera and slide it up her sleeve. Stella, what the hell is wrong with you? Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We're going to team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I, please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you, and who are you exactly? That's Tazzy. She came in town today for the funeral. All right, sure. She took why isn't there an option to call her out? She's hiding evidence. That is illegal. Don't do that. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else, including the police. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights, Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. Like small town police are going to be helpful, right? I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. Oh, Gretchen. The cops usher you and Stella into the back of their squad car. You are just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugsby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugsby scratches behind her ears. Stella, Stella is quiet and stiff next to you, back rigid as she stares out the window, jaw clenched. You good? Wonder if the other possible fate of death was Gretchen or Stella. We saved Gretchen at least. She doesn't respond. Place a comforting hand on her shoulder. Reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch, but you can feel some of her tension ease and hear her let out a self-soothing sigh. I guess we just saw a man die. I don't know what to say either. Looks to me like she just got a bout of car sickness. Must be why she thought walking home sounded like such a good idea. Guess whatever y'all saw her out in them woods weren't as bad as an upset tummy. I'm sure she'll be right as rain once we get back down the hill. Although she'd best try not to hurl in the meantime. Wouldn't want Franklin here to have to work late cleaning the squad car. We're only a few minutes away now. Y'all better keep it together until then. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have all this sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. I.P. Freely, Fox Mulder, Tazzy. Sure, you're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. You'll have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy. And you'll have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. Yeah. And here you are, back in town. I don't think it's a Futurama reference. It's just that was a joke in Futurama as well. Here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. Okay, so I know it's late, but I'm wound up. I know I, for one, need answers. It's a long shot, but my friend's mum is a weird hippie lady. She knows all about local wildlife and local myths and legends. Maybe she would have some idea what those things were. I say we go over and show her what we have. Are you with me? Where have you been? I've been waiting in town forever. Were you that lost, Tabitha? Tabby, great. We'll just head over to Sybil's. You should come with us. A lot happened out there tonight. It'd be better to explain it all at once. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to go home. Duke saved my life, then he died right in front of me. Wait, you're serious? Someone died? Yeah, the cops dropped us off down here. Well, if you already got the cops involved, I don't see what you think Sybil's gonna do. Give us some weird tea about it? Doesn't sound super helpful to me. It was the circumstances. There were these things out there, Tabby. I can't even describe them, like doughy gnome things. Oh, I see. So she's going to give you the secret gnome knowledge. Tazzy, I don't think we need to waste our time with that. I'm tired, and it sounds like you're tired. We're going home. Yeah, I am. But take me home, Tabitha. Stella sucks. I'll make sure to catch you up on whatever Sybil says, Tazzy. Here's my number. Let me know when you get back so I know you're safe. What, so you're friends now? You better not make problems for me all week, Stella. Tabitha doesn't wait for Stella to protest before starting back down the road towards her old BMW, towing you along with her. The night around you is blessedly silent, save for the comforting songs of crickets and your footsteps on pavement. There are no eerie owl-like calls of pale, leering creatures disturbing the night's peaceful ambience. The things in the woods are nowhere to be found, at least for now. You and Tabitha step into her car. It feels like a lifetime since you've been on this seat, but the truth is, it's been fewer than 12 hours. The smell inside is oddly comforting, like there's some bone-deep recognition that she smells like family. Your cousin reaches for the "What the hell is that?" A fun fact, this chapter used to be widely different and smaller, but they added a bunch more content earlier this year. There's been so much I haven't seen, and I'm like obsessed with this. Oh, so this is new to you too? Nice. Tassie. You can ever so faintly make out the name tag on his jacket. Wayne. welcome home. You're finally where you're meant to be. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. You run it over! Should have run that guy over. His jacket said Wayne. Yeah? Well, you saw him for 2 seconds. Maybe you misread it. It doesn't matter. Let's not freak out over nothing. As she turns on the engine, her keys rattle, betraying the fresh tremor in her hands. She's just as nervous as you. You both ride up in silence back to the estate. The stars vaguely illuminate its hulking shape, perched on the cliffside. Despite the warm porch light, it feels even more abandoned than it did during the day, its windows dark and lifeless. Good cousin. End episode 1 at the estate. I got an achievement. Well, see you in the morning. Sleep tight, love you. You sure you don't want to stay up with me for a bit? We could talk. Not tonight. I've had a long day, and so have you. Good night. Your cousin heads upstairs, giving you a dismissive wave as she makes her way to her bedroom. You follow suit, climbing up the creaky stairs to your own waiting bed with its ancient dusty seats. As you start to drift off, you remember that Stella asked you to let her know when you got home safe. Call her. You pull out your phone and call. Hey, how are you? She sounds a little different, a warble in her throat. Did you make it back all right? I died, actually. Yeah, how are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I don't think I want to give Stella more ammo. I want her to stay where she is and stop cryptid hunting in the woods right now. Totally fine. I mean, fine as I could be, I guess. You don't have to worry about me. Go get some Z's, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments, for now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. I'm turning this up for myself. It's beautiful. Scarlet Hollow Town Hall. I really should have helped Duke. So in advance, if I missed anything from the early game, I was doing my job then driving home. You know what else has an old mining town and creepy eldritch abominations? Night in the Woods? Ha! I beat you to it. Also, Gravity Falls. This music is peak. I have no idea. It's been so long since I watched that. Ditchling finished episode 1. Mail Time finished episode 1 with Keen Eye. And what's the Third achievement I just got. I finished episode 1 with Mystical. The achievement's called Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way. Episode 2 awaits. If you'd like to continue with this world state in episode 2, please save your game now. Yes. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? No, we're good. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. I got to run some ads, and this seems like a good a time as any to do it. So, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs, have a snack, all of that sort of thing. We will continue in 3 minutes. Hydrate, yes, that too. Yeah. Oh, okay, let's look at this picture of a, hang on, Eastern cougar. Oh, look at the pretty kitty. Man, that sucks. Okay, let's get everything ready for chapter 2. I was having a snack. I didn't actually get to have lunch today. I was running late. Apparently they were also referred to as ghost cats. Do not blame them. Considering what happened to them, I wouldn't stick around either. You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You're still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Note, you can refresh yourself on the events of the previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. I have to check on the possum. I think I'm going to head out of my leg. Thanks for the stream. No worries. Thank you so much for coming. It's always good to have you here. You open the drawers to check in on the little opossum you met yesterday. Oh, good. He's still here. That's nice. Pat the little man's. Leave the little man's. You decide to leave the little man's in peace. Look out the window. Creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. Probably a good idea to check in with your new friend. You can't imagine she's holding up very well. Hey, how you holding up? Might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet you? May I pet your beautiful fur? Part of you hopes that flattery might win her over, as silly as that may seem. You are, after all, talking to a cat. Frou-Frou merely flicks her tail faster. Doesn't look promising. Hey! The police called last night. Guess you want to tell her we're serious about that old farmer guy. Did they say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. And I had quite a few questions about you, Tazzy. Before you asked, don't worry, I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Thanks for having my back. Sure. What else is family for? That damn smile. Get your cousin to flash her pearly whites. I got an achievement for making her smile. Is there anything I can do to help out? You can stay out of trouble while I do my job. Oh, and I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin happily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in a characteristic creak, and then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. A text from Stella. Hey Tazzy, thanks for checking in. Hope you're alright, all things considered. I'm doing okay. Not great, but hanging in there. Feel like Tabby knows something, being part of an infamous, powerful family. We'll see. Up most of the night on cryptid forums, but no good answers yet. I'm at the library if you want to join. I have scones. A ghoster. You know what? Scones. I do need a distraction. And that's that. Time to start your day. You know what? It's a good point. You know what? I think I am ghosting her. Let's clean the bathroom. Refusing the call, the most fun move is not to play. If you're going to have to keep using that ungodly bathroom, you're going to at least make sure the surfaces have been bleached. You scrounge for cleaning supplies, finding a few dusty containers and spray bottles, none of which you recognize. They all feel like antiques, but they're the best you have. Armed with a rag and a trash bag, you set to work. It is a monumental task, and it nauseates you to think how many years of caked up dirt, grunge, and former fluid you have to scrub away to return some semblance of normalcy to the bathroom. You try not to concentrate too hard on what exactly you're cleaning up, but the empty bottles of blonde hair dye and piles of used makeup remover pads start to paint a picture of the person who used it before you. An older woman dyeing her once blonde hair and applying a daily shell of makeup to keep the image of herself stagnant exactly where she wanted it. Pearl Ann. She couldn't stay stagnant forever. As you dump the overflowing trash can, you can't help but notice, perched on top of the old bottles of hair dye, a few freshly used napkins. They're covered in what looks like crusted bodily fluid, some mix of blood and unhealthy yellow pus. Is Tabby okay? That might be as much as you can do without a pressure washer and renovations. But at least taking showers here won't make you feel dirtier than when you started. But your admiration of a job adequately done is interrupted by the sudden heavy thunk, thunk, thunk of a metal door knocker, the sound seeming to reverberate its way down your spine. We're using our dead aunt's disgusting bathroom, apparently. Someone is at the front door. Before you get the chance to decide whether or not to answer, it opens. Oh, I'm sorry, I hope I didn't scare you. Something about this woman is impenetrable, and you feel small and almost naked in her presence, but you feel no threat, no malice. And then the moment passes, and you only see the older woman before you. Why? Rosie, stop barking! I don't know what she's barking at. Hang on, let me text my brother to go and see what she's on about. Can you check on Rosie, please? My name's Sybil. I'm a family friend. Just thought I should stop by and check in on you. Stella came by my tea room last night. She told me about what you saw out in the woods, and she showed me some of her footage too. She managed to sneak away the memory card. Apparently the police are just holding onto an empty camera. Didn't trust him not to erase the whole thing. Can't say I blame her. I brought some fresh tea. Let's settle in somewhere and talk. You and the old hippie make your way back to the kitchen. She gives one of Tabitha's few mugs a thorough rinse before pouring you steaming tea from her thermos. The smell is amazing. A nostalgic, earthy odor reminiscent of fall, as if it was brewed with autumn leaves. You know, apparently it smells great, so let's take a sip. Take a sip. It tastes not unlike a rotten log, but somehow it isn't unpleasant. Like you're tasting a hike through storm-dampened woods. It leaves a refreshing, citrusy aftertaste, like a cool breeze sweeping the leaves from the path the tea left on your tongue. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Hope you like it. This is my new chaga and lemon balm blend. I love experimenting with local ingredients. So, you're Kanika, Mum? Oh, that's right. You've met each other already, haven't you? She said you'd come around yesterday. And yes, she's my daughter. You may meet Miles at some point. That's my youngest. Though it's odd to call him that now that he's nearly an adult. Just the three of us down at the general store. Well, what did you want to talk to me about? Leave open-ended. That description reminded me of the T alignment chart that lists a clogged gutter as a T. Gross! What did you want to talk to me about? Of course, I suppose it's time I cut to the chase, as difficult as it may be to discuss. I know what you two went through, and I know what you saw. Those things are real. Neither of you imagined them, and they're certainly no ordinary creatures. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they're a terrible omen. A sign of a great suffering and destruction to come. I've told Stella and my daughter what I know, though I'm afraid that's not much. There was a man on the way home last night. I don't know if this is something you'd know about, but when Tabitha and I were on our way home, there was this man in the road. It was dark, but he had a miner's jacket on, with a name tag that read Wayne. He knew my name, and there was something off about him. Oh yes, Wayne. You don't have to worry about him. He's harmless, just very sick. But do let me know if he bothers you again, dear. Who? Okay, what kind of destruction are we talking about here? If you're saying just one or two, I'd say it could be a bridge collapse, a bad accident, something tragic but not devastating. But this many multiplying like they are, I couldn't tell you. Oh, whoops. How do you know all this? People tell stories and I listen. Granted, it's not every day you meet someone who's seen a ditchling and lived to tell the tale, so I suppose I should count myself lucky to know about them at all. And you should count yourself lucky too. Something bad is coming. We need to get people out of here. Leave and go where? These people's whole lives are in this town. Their homes, their histories, their families. Most of them don't have the kind of money it would take to start new somewhere else. You can at least warn them. You can try to convince them, but I think you'll find it a difficult task. So, what can we do about what's stopping what's coming? I'm afraid I don't have any good answers to that, but I suppose the best we can all do is stay close to our loved ones. I'd say that would mean Tabitha should try to stay here with you, spend some time with her only living relative while she can, but I get the feeling she cares a little too much about her work to let herself leave it for that long. You could always go to her. Maybe that would bring her a little joy, even if she might struggle to admit as much. You're saying this is magic or something? No offense, Sybil, but all of this sounds far-fetched. It sounds like you're saying this is magic or something. I appreciate your skepticism. It's a little like talking to my daughter, but believe me when I say I'd gladly welcome any other explanation. Unfortunately, I struggle to find one. There's a sound somewhere above you, a creaking floorboard, betraying a shifting presence. There is something in the room above you. You heard that too, didn't you? You know, dear, I was planning to stop by the mines for a quick chat with your cousin. Maybe it would be a good idea if you came along. I don't like the thought of you being alone in this big house, not with the town the way it is right now. There's another creak from above. Leaving suddenly seems like a very good idea. And yet, that thought feels like it's not entirely your own. It unsettles you. Though not as much as the sounds coming from the floor of your head. Is something in the estate telling you to leave? Do you think this place is haunted? Yeah, I don't like any of this, no. If it is haunted, I wouldn't doubt that you'd find out as soon as you were alone here for too long. It sounds to me like whatever might be here is already restless to have you to itself. I want to go see her anyway. It was going to get boring staying here all day. Wonderful, let's go. Neither of you waits around to see if the sounds will continue. You quickly make your way back to the door and out into the inviting autumn air. You're once again surprised by the freshness of the mountain breeze, your lungs having grown accustomed to the stale, dusty air of the estate, not realizing how much they were being suffocated. At least it's a pleasant day for a walk. There really is nothing like the mountains in autumn. There's something comforting about this woman's presence. She exudes the warmth, her smile feeling like kindly approval, even though you feel you've done nothing to earn it. Do you know much about my family? Any history I should know about? Oh, yes, everyone here knows quite a bit about your family. You founded the town after all. Your family and the history of this town are completely intertwined. Your well, I'm not exactly sure how many greats that would be. Some distant grandfather of yours started the mine, which started the town. The town nearly collapsed into ruin after the collapse of 1918, and once again your family pulled it back up. Now, here we are. I'm not sure what else there is to say. What do you want to know? So, the mine is the whole reason this town exists? I'd say so. If it fails, I'm not sure anyone will be able to stick around for long. That being said, I suppose everything has to end eventually. One shouldn't plan on things to continue exactly the same forever. Like an economic collapse? Like an economic collapse? Or... We've certainly had our fair share of those, but no. There was a mine collapse in 1918. The town lost so many souls that day, men and boys. This was before child labour laws came into effect in these parts. as if the collapse wouldn't have been a bad enough tragedy on its own. There had to be children involved. Seems your family avoided most of the blame, especially since they managed to pull the town back together afterwards. Hard to remember to be angry at someone when they're the reason you have food on your table. Is it really just me and Tabitha? Why are there so few of us left? I suppose fate is crueler to some than to others. In a lot of ways, your family has been very fortunate. But the Scarlets have seen their fair share of death as well, maybe more than their fair share. You think we're still loaded? It's really not my place to speculate about people's finances, but you've seen the state of the place. I think that speaks for itself. What do you think of Tabitha? She works too hard, but I suppose that's the burden she carries, what with your family's mind to run. You can't be doing her any good, though. I'm sure that has something to do with her disposition, bless her heart. Are you born here? How did you wind up in this town? My family has been in these hills for generations, possibly even longer than yours. I married into the general store, though. Before that, we were just your standard hill folk, kept to ourselves, fended for ourselves. That's why I know so much about the local flora. That kind of knowledge was vital for all the generations that came before me to survive out here. Is there a Mr. Sybil? There was, but unfortunately he passed about 1.5 years ago, give or take. Life up in the hills can be hard on people for all kinds of reasons, even if you never step foot in the mines. What do you think of Stella? Such a ray of sunshine. Even with everything that's happened to her, she tries to smile through it all. An admirable young woman, if you ask me. Oh, hello. The two of you are interrupted by a woman jogging towards you. Joan, wonderful to see you, as always. Have you met Tazzy? Sybil? No, we haven't met. Joan here is our resident doctor, and Tazzy is Vivian's kid, of course, in town for the funeral. I put that together. You're pretty. She is pretty. Nice to meet you, Joan. That's Dr. Kelly to you. People my son's age don't get first name privileges. How's Reese doing? Any better these days? Dr. Kelly let out a small, frustrated sigh. He's surviving. Same as usual, you know that. Her son has a rare condition. Do you make a habit of sharing that kind of private information with anyone who wanders into town? Tell him Kanika says hello. I get the feeling she and Stella miss seeing him. Oh, since you're here, maybe we should set them up for a visit this week. Doesn't that sound nice? Tassie could come too. Sybil, they're adults. We don't need to set them up on play dates. You know how easy it is for him to tire himself out? It's not worth it. I need to get home and get him his meds. I can't stand around talking all day. The woman starts her jog again, her pace faster than before, almost as if she's running away from the awkward interaction. She's a bit of a brusque woman, isn't she? But her heart is in the right place. Anyway, we should be on our way too. It's not much farther now. Hey, Tabby, hi. She was right. It takes very little time to reach the Scarlet Hollow mines. A humble exterior greets you at the place that made your family its fortune. Your cousin just so happens to be at the gates, but it seems you aren't the only visitor she's dealing with at the moment. This is ridiculous. You can't fire me for having a damn cold. There's got to be some kind of, rights violation. You aren't fired, Terence. You're laid off. Cutbacks had to be made, and obviously I am going to prioritize those cutbacks on workers who have a habit of missing shifts. I had mono. I was puking my guts out. I couldn't crawl my sorry ass into that pit, and you wouldn't have wanted me there anyway. You only give us 3 days a year to get sick. It's a shit system. Jeez. You don't have a note from a doctor. I can't just take you at your word. If you wanted extra sick days, you could have had them with the proper paperwork. Don't forget, by not showing up, you put extra pressures on your coworkers to pick up your slack, and that's not fair to them. And if you have a tendency to get sick like that, maybe you shouldn't be working in a place like this to begin with. As for your lodgings, I'll give you 2 weeks to move out. To hell with you and your damn mind and the shit house you had me living in. It'll be better off a heap of rubble. Damn, this is not a good workplace. The miner kicks the dirt in a final act of frustration, but wanders off, leaving Tabitha standing steadfast at the gates. Sybil? Tassie? What are you doing here? I wanted to have a word with your cousin here, and I had some business with you as well. Though it looks to me like you're busy, I wouldn't want to impose. Why don't you drop by the tea room sometime this week, Tabitha? Yeah, sure. I'll swing by tomorrow. Wonderful. I'll be on my way, but it was lovely meeting you, Tazzy. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around town. The woman finally leaves and you're alone with your cousin once again. No, so awkward. Well, so much for you not intruding on my work. Come on, I guess I'll babysit you in my office. Just don't make yourself a burden, all right? I have a lot to do today. I'm kind of glad things worked out this way. It might be nice to spend some time together. Is this your idea of spending time together? Because I'm not spending time with you. You are in my office while I'm doing my job. Better not need me to entertain you today. I need to go back to my work. Try to occupy yourself. As you settle in, you take in the details of her office. You're surprised to see a poster of what looks like Stella. She has apparently been banned from the mines. Yep, and her little dog too. There are also a suspicious number of ordinary photos of her and Gretchen. Stella isn't the only likeness captured on the walls of your cousin's trailer. On either side of Tabitha's desk are portraits of older people, a woman and an old-timey man. One looks like the pictures you've seen of Pearl Ann. The other, you're not sure, but from context you assume he must also be an old relative. A shotgun hangs menacingly over the desk. Besides that, there isn't much else to see. Why is there a poster of Stella saying she's banned from your property? give me the details. Spill the tea, sis. Stella likes to poke around in places she shouldn't. She kept sneaking up here to film videos or whatever her excuse was. If that's not a lawsuit waiting to happen, so she's banned. Who are the people on the walls? I'm sure you recognize Pearl Ann at this point. The other one is Enoch, our great-great-grandfather who saved the mine from ruin after the collapse. The idea was to have all the family members who owned the mines up on this wall, but I don't think Pearl Ann was too excited to have great-grandma Eddie staring down at her all day, so we're missing one. Can't blame her. I remember that woman well enough to know why she wouldn't want the reminder. Yeah, sit quietly. I don't want to, bother her. She's working. You sit for a few long minutes. Tabitha taps away at her keyboard. The pleasant birdsong you're used to hearing as the constant backdrop of Scarlet Hollow has been replaced with the distant sounds of machinery, muffled as it is by Tabitha's thin office walls. Then the sounds of machinery are joined by another sound, the angry rumbling of your stomach. You are stoic, and it won't be defeated by your hunger. Are you hungry? I could pick us up something if there's a place to get food. Oh, I guess now you mention it. Yeah. The cafeteria has a mac and cheese I don't hate. It's the building with the big cafeteria sign on it. Try not to get lost. I don't need you falling down any mine shafts. You get up, leaving Tabitha's office, and once again stepping out into the fresh air. The cafeteria sign is not as obvious as Tabitha made it out to be. All the grey corrugated buildings look vaguely the same. You aren't quite sure what direction you should start heading in. Get directions. You approach the nearest group of miners. You could cut to the chase and ask where the cafeteria is, but here you are among the workers unsupervised. What's the harm in asking if any of them have seen anything unusual? You got a reason to be bothering us? Y'all should get out of town. Hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. Yeah, we know. Me and Davis were in the dining yesterday when you popped in. How can we help? Seen anything weird lately? The miners look you up and down. Weird how? She really does only eat mac and cheese and ice cream. Weird animal sightings? Nope. You been talking to that townie? The one boss gave a lifetime ban to? Yeah, she's like a Bigfoot YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good. But you know, now that I think about it, it's pretty weird. I haven't been seeing many animals at all lately. Used to be I'd see all sorts of critters. Now it's mostly birds. It's your first year up here, ain't it? Just not used to the seasons changing. All the animals are hibernating, that's all. I don't know. She's got a point. I've been up here 5 years now. It's never been like this before. Huh, maybe it's that global warming then. I think they're calling it climate change now. Weird noises coming from the woods? Not a beep. We're underground most of the day though. You know, I heard something unusual the other night, though it might have been an owl or something, but it didn't sound right. It was an owl. You're just not used to the local wildlife yet. Minus getting sick? Like, more than usual? Nope, nothing like that. I feel fit as an ox. We have good working conditions in the mines, and our health is wholly looked after. Okay, so I suppose it's not a bad work environment. It's just bureaucratic, and you need a doctor's note, which, I mean, fair. Okay, got a couple of other questions. One sec. Sorry, I just had to cough a bit. What do you think of Tabitha? The miners stare at you, distrust in their eyes. Harrison chews our sandwich slowly. Another related to Tabitha, so they might not know the truth. Yeah. She works hard. She's a good enough boss, end of story. Okay, I'm looking for the cafeteria. Like, I know I should be, like, asking more questions and stuff, but, like, I don't want people to hate me. I want to be unintrusive. I'm going to do you a favor and not tell you where it is. Oh, come on, Zax, go easy on her. I am going easier. The calf is slop. I am going easy on her. The calf is slop. You're better off grabbing a bite by the diner. Only good establishment in town. I don't know. The mac and cheese is pretty decent. The mac and cheese is the only thing that's decent, and we all know why that is. Come on, let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyway. So much for getting a straight answer. The cafeteria remains a hidden treasure, and you remain without a map. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin, can we help you with something? How do you know I'm Tabitha's cousin? You introduced yourself to the whole town yesterday? Fair. You fellas seen anything out of the ordinary lately? Like what? Hydrate, good. I've got my water here. I'm good. Don't worry. Any weird animals? Don't tend to go on any hike. Not exactly the nature seeing type. After a full day of work, all I see is my bed. Maybe a few beers in between. Odd noises in the woods. Heard something a few nights ago, like nothing I ever heard. Some unearthly beast. I'm telling you, Isaacs, you need to take a sick day. You need rest, man. I've already taken a sick day this year. Can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off. Christmas is a sick day? There's supposed to be a health inspector coming soon. The boss looks out for our health. Anything else? Do you know a guy named Wayne? Wayne? You mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? I saw him last night. Really creepy encounter, man. Oh, thank God. Everyone thought he was dead. No, hold on. Creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you know it was him? Name on his jacket, just like yours. We saw there was some OSHA violations going on here, but at least she takes care of their health. So do all our jackets, but if I switch with Isaacs, that don't make me Isaacs. No, it's gotta be him. There's no way he's dead. You really think he's running around town creeping on strangers and ignoring his friends and co-workers? Seems more likely that someone took care of him, so to speak, and is running around in his clothes. The miners stand in silence, considering what they just heard. That's not possible. That's ridiculous. This is messed up. But who would do something like that? I don't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend? Yikes, do you think? No way. Just saying, he wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for charms. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history. Lots of jilted ex-lovers, if you catch my drift. Told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Who? Well, now if you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp nest. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't be next on the chopping block. I'll ask someone else. I won't press you on it. Good. What do you guys think of Tabitha? Now, why would you go and ask a question like that? Are you trying to insinuate something? Horrible woman. Now, fellas, let's not go besmirching the fine gentle lady in front of her own cousin. If Smith is right, she's got a lot to answer for. All right, fellas, I think we better cool it and get back to work before any of us say something we'll regret. You're probably right. As Smith and Rodriguez turn to leave, Isaac hesitates. I'll be just a minute, guys. Your funeral, man. Oh, okay, we're getting to something juicy. I want to ask you something in private. I'm about to grab something from the cafe if you don't mind joining. How serendipitous. You still don't know where the cafeteria is, but this haggard young man has, of his own accord, offered to share his wisdom with you. I was actually looking for the cafeteria. Great, let's walk. You follow the hard-faced young man, an anxious energy in his step, as he escorts you to a building whose cafeteria sign was definitely much smaller than Tabitha made it out to be. You line up at the steaming piles of subpar food, undoubtedly made as cheap as possible, judging by your cousin's business practices. Still, it smells good enough, and you find your mouth watering in anticipation for the bland offerings. You said something earlier about seeing Wayne. The man's voice quiet and nervous. Did Tabitha see him? Did she say anything to you about him? Why are you asking me? Because Sam Wayne is a friend of mine. He's been missing for over a week now, and I seem to be the only person around here who gives two shits about it. And I'd be willing to bet the last person who saw him was... Oh, we're talking about a certain young man who may or may not have caught the boss's eye? That Sam Wayne fella, wasn't it? He was dating Tabitha? Whatever. If anyone asks, we never talk. Got it? I don't want to disappear, too. Look at that kid so jumpy. Like you never heard of a guy running off because he got broke up with before. Yeah, I skipped town over less. Oh, it's my lucky day they got the chicken and dumplings. What do you guys know about this Wayne fella? All I know is a certain someone got involved with somebody he shouldn't have, and nobody's in camp seen him since. Figured to just run off to live in that big mansion with his belle. Thought of a strapping young man like him with that sour-faced broad always left such a bad taste in my mouth. Here they are. If you wouldn't fall on your knees if a woman of means showed the slight bit of interest in you. Or any woman at all. Fair enough. Are you talking about Tabitha? Yep. Let's get going. Wouldn't want that hot meal to go cold. No reason to stay here any longer. You step back out into the weak sunlight, clutching the containers of various beige slops, and start making your way back towards her trailer. But you don't make it far before you're struck by an intense feeling. You recognize the hollow terror as the same thing you felt last night when you set eyes on that awful man in the miner's jacket. Oh, hello, Tazzy. I wish you could have stayed at the estate. Was he haunting the place? He's the noises. It's dangerous here. Jesus Christ. What are you? Flesh and blood, much like yourself. Do not fear me. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Yeah. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. What's going to happen? I'll be watching you. Please don't. Walk back to Tabitha's office like nothing happened. You casually continue on your way, returning to the hill where Tabitha's trailer is perched. She meets you at the door. Took you long enough. What, was there a long line? I like Tabitha. I'm telling her everything. I ran into the mysterious miner guy from last night. Wayne, he said mysterious things to me. How do you know it was the same guy? Not like we got a good look. All we really saw was a jacket, a mining jacket that all the miners wear. And this guy you ran into at the mines also had one because he is a miner who works here. If you want my opinion, I'd say they're playing some elaborate prank on you, which I will put an end to. But in the meantime, don't let them get to you so easy. Your cousin's attention is suddenly drawn elsewhere. She stares past you, focusing on something in the distance. Is that Stella? Get out of here, Stella! Yeah, he was wearing a bloody veil. And also, his text was red. How many times do I have to tell her she's banned before she understands what that means? Tabitha shuts the door and you both march your way down the hill. As you and Tabitha approach, you're able to pick out snippets of Stella's conversation with the miners. Ditchlings? My grandma used to tell me stories about them. Claims she saw one once, and that's why she always had such bad luck. Johnson? I think that's the boss storming over. Is it now? Sure is. Visit our queue. Pardon us? Ghost tracks. Tabby! Tazzy! Hey! I was just trespassing. I love how similar our names are. Tabby's my girl. Well, yeah, but I have a good reason this time. Shit, I know we needed a lookout. Is there someone talking to you through an earpiece? Kanika, is that you on the other end? Stella hastily removes her earbud, muffling the other voice. Sorry, Tabby. Just that Oscar's kid, Rosalina, has been missing since yesterday, so we decided to ask around if anyone had seen her. And while we were at it, we were also seeing if anyone had encountered these things we saw in the woods last night. Ditchlings. That Sybil said are like little Mothman foretelling doom. Stella... And also, there's this guy called Wayne who used to work here and who Kanika says is super creepy and sick. And Stella. Yeah? Just stop talking. Not like I was filming or anything. I'm barely here, I promise. This is the first I'm hearing of this. You are standing right in front of me, extremely here. Why don't you take the usual teen haunts for that kid, the Maxwell place or the gas station or whatever? Anywhere but here, where you are explicitly not allowed to be. I mean, it's the site of one of the worst catastrophes that ever befell the town. If there's another one coming, it makes sense, doesn't it? That's what our research pointed us towards, at least. Our research? Who's we? You and Kanika? Yeah, she would think something awful was going to happen up here. She hates me and everything I stand for and thinks the town would be some bustling utopia if I wasn't around to ruin it. When in reality, we both know it wouldn't exist without me. Whatever you're looking for... hi, Kanika. Whatever you're looking for, you're barking up the wrong tree, so just go someplace else before... Tabitha once again trails off. Both she and Stella have noticed the girl with the dark braid and glasses sneaking along the ridge. It's Rosalina! Kanika! We found her! She's headed up the hill! Oh! It's not Kanika! It's Rosalina! Up the hill? She's not headed for the old mine, is she? The one that collapsed? We better go after her before someone gets killed up there. You've got to be kidding me. No, this is great. I'll just let her know Oscar is looking for her, then we can get out of your hair. Bye, Tabby. See you around. Stella hurries after the girl, disappearing over the hill. Damn it, I am never going to finish my spreadsheets. Nobody needs to be playing around in those mines. We better go break this up. Oh, I like Tabby so much. You can vaguely hear voices emanating from the boarded up entrance to the old mine. They went in? The Stella have no sense of self-preservation. I don't think... we have to go in there, don't we? I don't like the thought of you walking around in an abandoned coal mine, but I'd rather not leave you out here unattended while it gets dark. You should be safe enough with me in there to guide the way. Tabitha huffs her way up to the mine entrance and disappears into the darkness. Follow her. You follow her and enter the mine. I feel like we shouldn't be in here. The inside of the mine is warmer than you expected, the air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and Tabitha to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Do you know why the entrance to this place was boarded up? Escaped any light being curmudgeon. There was a collapse 100 years ago that killed a bunch of people. 168 people. A man named Charles Shaw decided it was okay to use faulty wood for support struts, and the entire mine came down. It almost ruined our family. A lucky few died instantaneously, but for most of the souls who perished here, it was slow and agonizing. Trapped under rubble and left to slowly succumb to crush injuries or burns or dehydration. It took a week to clear out most of the rubble and recover the bodies. The few survivors who were dragged out were never the same. I can't say I blame him. Spent a lot of time thinking about this place, haven't you? I have. There are still bodies down here that were never recovered. 168 people climbed down to their deaths that day, unaware of the hand they'd been dealt until they were literally buried by it. None of us know the price we have to pay until our debt is due. Tabitha's ruminations are interrupted by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here. That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here. Hey, this place is haunted by the tragedies of the past, not by literal restless spirits. Don't go all ghost hunter on me. Whatever we just heard was probably another delinquent looking for a lifetime ban from my property. Come on. Came from this way. Tabitha hastens her pace and quickly disappears deeper into the mine. You take a deep breath and follow suit. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Echoing through the tight corridors, you and Tabitha can pick up snippets of a tense argument. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. I love how she's grabbing her ear. It's like, that's not like cupping it to hear better. She's just grabbing it. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking you for much. Come on, kiddos. There's some real spooky stuff going on in town right now. You shouldn't be hanging out down here. We're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Well, you look like a bunch of kids to me. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Oh no, I know this isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Looks like we found our trespassers. Still can't believe that Stella managed to drag Kanika out here. She avoids me like the plague. What's the deal with you and Kanika? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't hold anything against her aside from the fact that she's always hated me. Probably just got jealous that Stella and I started spending time together. But that was years ago, so who knows? And what do you think of Kanika? I think the two of us are more alike than she'd ever care to admit. I respect her. But don't tell her I said that. I wouldn't want to appear weak. It's no offense, but you are a little rough around the edges. That doesn't mean you have to give me a hard time. Have you? You're right, it doesn't. Thanks. I've all but given up on other people understanding me anyways. Doesn't matter. Let's move on, they're close. That is not true, Tabitha. Kanika has good reasons to not like you. Oh, I suppose I will be finding those out. Come on, let's move on, they're close. Tabby, you should do some introspection. I nearly got her to do it. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. That's a lot of teenagers. Within, a group of teens engages Stella and Kanika in a heated argument. All of them are too caught up in the moment to notice you or Tabitha approach. Howdy, girl. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says he only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Wait, Becca, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the... Tabitha! What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby and Tazzy, guess you two caught up to us. 2 Scarlets in one place, what luck. Well, at least maybe you two can talk some sense into these kids. They clearly don't respect my authority. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh, come on. This place is way sturdy. Check it out. Please don't. The Tim with the beanie jumps up and slaps her right on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my God, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill. And smart, too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I am putting my mother in the ground this week. I do not have the patience to deal with children. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Oh, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mind not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha, tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you. I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. I love her. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell me about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the last couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha. Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Hey, Maggie Bloom. Look him in. What were you doing? Okay. Oh, the music's still going. Nice. Oh, let me shout you out. Like, I know I could get a bot to do this. The woods is a terrible place for drunk teens right now. Yeah. Final Fantasy 16. Oh, I haven't played that one yet. How's it going? There we go. Getting close to the end. I'm so excited. Nice. Like, it is on my list. I'm getting it. I'm so excited. So, hello everyone. I'm Tazzy. We're playing Scarlet Hollow. It's scary. People died, but we're having fun. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because I think you'll like it when you get to it. I'm sure I will. Because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, like, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. Ugh, you're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Is she really gonna? Yeah. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Tabitha, what the heck? Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. Have a good sleep. Thanks. You go take care of yourself. I'm sure you're exhausted. Streaming is weirdly tiring. But thanks for coming in and trusting me with your community. The children yearn for the mines. I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? I'm not going to weigh in on this. It's between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anyway that isn't here. I'm sure it's going to protect you. Yeah, maybe we should do it not in a mine. That is, I also work early. Okay, sleep well. I'm not going to weigh in on this. It's between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and like Ghostbust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my god, Zane, you can't Ghostbust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet I could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real, and if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella Ghostbusts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There's no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. It's just the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or crushed by rocks or meets any one of the terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Oh, it's getting scary. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella, didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommy knockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we could have checked it out. They're an old Cornish myth named for the knocking sound you can sometimes hear in mines right before a collapse. Some say the knockings are warning, while others say it's the spirits themselves bringing down the mines. Stella! I mean, that's not all they do. They're sometimes just mischievous. Stella! I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I mean, we've established she does not. I want you out of here, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby, you can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. You hear something over the sound of Stella pleading with Kanika and Tabitha. Something like the shuffling of feet on stone and the whispering of mischievous teens. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the cavern wall. She freezes as you notice her. Goddamn children, stop yearning for the mines. It is actually shocking how much this game changes. Yeah, that's what I read in the reviews. Don't go in that hole. Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna hang back. I knew you weren't cool enough to hang out with us, Rosalina. Come on, Alexis, we'll have more fun without her. This is nothing how this scene went for me. Oh, you'll have to... I was gonna say you should tell me about how it went for you, but I will want to do this a few times. Also, completely unrelated, look at the Highbugs funny smoking a joint on this guy's t-shirt. It's hilarious. I'm not telling you nothing. I want to watch you do it over and over. I don't know if I'll keep playing it on stream, but I definitely will play it a lot after, even if I don't stream it. I'm saying so much. Oh, all right. Are you kidding me? Rosalina, what were you thinking? What were they thinking? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Unbelievable. All endings percent. Let's go. Maybe. Wow, Kanika. Maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off. And I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. Ugh, they must have squeezed through the child-sized tunnel. Yeah. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. New achievement hunting game. You know what? That actually does sound fun. And there's a lot of achievements in this game. Let me just check exactly how many. 152 achievements. I might actually go for it. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I am literally begging you. They're so obscure too. I mean, now I gotta do it. Let me watch if you do. I will. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era with child labor laws. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. Becca shouts back from the other end of the tunnel. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Also, sorry, Rosalina, I'll see you tomorrow. Whatever. Come on, Alexis. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them. And I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mine. Except for you, Tazzy. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Oh, she cares. Yeah, sure. I can never fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot. So my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks. Who's a gamer? What about you, girl? Are you sure you don't want me to come along? Maybe I could help you get Becca and Alexis to leave. Don't make me ask you twice. They'll be fine, Rosalina. I think your dad would kill me if we let you stay down here any longer. Okay, can I at least wait outside? Yeah, we can wait outside together. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Look at the puppy dog eyes she's got. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. Ugh, there's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. Stella, don't push that. Kids don't anything to deserve. I'm not getting them. All right. There's no way around it. Isn't just those kids. Something is calling out to us from down below. Noted. Tabitha does not like my mystical shit. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know but it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Don't want to repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. Yeah, I don't want... Yeah. Take good care of her. I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Tell Alexis I'm sorry. Kanika, Miles, Zane, and Rosalina head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. But, Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? Tabitha is cool. We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't let her boss us around. Oh, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Hey, I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. I like that river run over there. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTuber doesn't even have a sponsor? I mean, no, yeah, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice and I make plenty from ads and donations. Meat Rice, it's a big deal. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Another knock closer interrupts your thoughts, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. I really don't like that knocking. Calm down, Alexis. It's just mind sounds. Did you see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. Becca, I swear I saw something. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. I can't believe they're making... Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet up back with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. It's just a cave spider. Oh, I hate caves. I'm not even claustrophobic, but that is uncomfortable. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. Like, caves are just scary, right? The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing, bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. Cave suck could not pay me to go in one, right? I'd rather not climb down into the earth's throat, thanks. Yeah. The pit radiates a rage, a white-hot anger. It hates you. But at the heart of it, you can sense something else. The quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed. Becca, we need to leave. This isn't fun anymore. This is plenty of fun. I bet you're only saying that because you want to hang out with that dorky crush of yours. She's just an 8th grader. Becca, this isn't about Rosalina. I know you can hear the knocking. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below, and it sounds like they're still down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. All right, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. You walk to the ladder and climb down. Hey, kids. Oh, great, the adults are here. Thanks, Alexis. Real nice. Oh, there's a lot of Kenai stuff here. Actually, this is worse. This is a partly collapsed mine made for child workers. It's got to be... Yep. Needle. Yeah, do you have an actual death wish? Because I can see this place starting to collapse. Do you want to die? Because we can take Alexis with us and leave you here. That's fine by me. Holy shit, Tazzy. That wasn't in the dialogue option. Leave now. Whatever. This isn't fun anymore. Fine, we'll leave. Thanks, Tazzy. As Becca and Alexis move towards the ladder, the black chamber before you draws your focus. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. There wasn't even an option. I have to step forward. Hi, Mossman. Welcome in. How's it going? There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. I don't get an option to not follow the creepy whole voice. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. How about we don't do that? Hey, are you all right, Tazzy? Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. I'm witnessing. On the opposite of that, I would rather not be perceived. You said we wouldn't use this shipment. You know it's compromised. Oh, termites. We couldn't afford to wait on new wood, Charles. We had to go ahead with it. It's still sturdy enough. It'll get the job done. Tabby, are you alright? Oh, thank God. You're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something. Then you and Tabby just conked out. We are being generationally haunted. What is the fire in the background? I'm fine. Ugh. And they used termite-infested wood for mine shafts. I thought, yeah, they did. And 168 people died. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm getting the kids out of here, and then I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. Yeah, it's still not really... They're minor ghosts. Don't die on me, alright? Fun fact, part of that vision you only got because of the mystical... Oh, cool! You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. I hate this. Is the fire made up from their headlamp? Yeah, I think that is. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the vision, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. You can't help but notice the timber struts around you trembling, as if they were being struck by invisible blows with each knock. They're all that stand between you and the many tons of rock over your head, and they suddenly seem terribly fragile. Isn't that dangerous? What is it? I don't think it's real fire. I think it's ghost fire. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? I remember you diving towards me. Did you know something might happen? I've seen horror movies. It'll let you about to wander off and get yourself killed. I didn't want to let you out of my sight, not down here. Oh, she cares. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder. Climb like hell. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire working life in and around coal mines. Also, yes, that's why mining was so dangerous. There's a reason there were so many miners' protests in the 1800s. Yeah. You push your body to move as quickly as it can, though you're slowed down by the cramped corridors and winding passageways of the mine. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace. The entrance is so close. And there it is. Freedom. You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Pro babysitter, stop Rosalina from slipping off in the mine. She can die here? I got an achievement for saving her. I didn't even know she was... Okay, cool. Holy shit, you're okay, thank God. Everyone's accounted for. That was a surprisingly close call. We could have all died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until you adults showed up. Becca, shut up. What did you just say to me? I said you should shut up. I'm sick of your two-faced but bullshit. They didn't almost get us killed down there. You did. Man, I missed the opportunity to make the whole get out of my mind. Fine, not yours. Keen either way to get a good end in this chapter? Maybe? I don't know. And now you're trying to pass it off on whoever else you can. It's the cherry on top of this whole shit show of a friendship. I'm really not in a good headspace for this conversation. I could have died in there. Why are you doing this to me? No, enough. No playing the victim this time. Being friends with Rosalina has made me realize how horrible you are to me. Friends aren't supposed to be mean to each other. Friends shouldn't be scared of each other. I never wanted to go into that stupid mine. It was your idea and we could have died. Each trait can unlock a good ending for one chapter. Nice. If these grown-ups hadn't showed up, we could have been buried alive in that stupid little tunnel, drinking stupid strawberry margaritas in a can. Screw all of you. Should we go after her? No, let her have a little tantrum. Did that feel good, Alexis? Finally telling her off? Gotten a good end for chapter 1 and chapter 3. I got a bad end for chapter 1. Yeah, I guess. She's going to be so mad at me. She probably won't talk to me for a week, maybe a month, maybe the rest of my life. It's okay, Alexis. We don't need her. What do we do now? Now I drive you two home. I've already texted your parents and I'm sure they're worried sick about you. Rosalina and Alexis duck off to the side as an exhausted Tabitha approaches your group. I'm going to get my car and then we're going home. Tabitha leaves towards the active mine without another word, and you're afforded a quiet moment to catch up with Stella and Kanika. My vision. There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to this place. The Scarlets caused the odd collapse. Charles Shaw was set up. No way, dude was a monster. I mean, the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. Oi! What am I saying? Visions aren't real. Visions can't be real. That would be magic. I don't know, Nix. You weren't down there. Tassie and Tabby had like simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. Also, I didn't mention it before, but Kanika is such a cool. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts down there. Did you not see them? They were right behind Stella just before you all left. Whoa, I didn't see anything other than you in that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they're actual bona fide ghosts? Oh, Stella. Everything that happened in there centered around that main chamber where I saw that carving. Kaniko's cool and pretty, best fashion sense in town. Yeah, for sure. Tabby's fashion sucks. Stella's good. Stella looks pretty cool too. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Yeah, really weird. Are you sure those were Tommyknockers? Depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? They fit the description pretty well, and I don't know what else they'd be. I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some reading on mine collapses, I guess. Sure dodged a bullet tonight, didn't we? Yeah, thank God you noticed them sneaking off. You were incredible down in the pit, too. What happens now? Looks like Tabitha's back. I better drive these kids home. Come on, let's get back to the estate. It's been a long day and I need it to be over. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Tassie? Tomorrow. You've already ruined my evenings on 2 consecutive nights, Stella. What do you think you'll be doing with my cousin tomorrow? We're going ghost hunting at Oscar's, remember? We talked about it in the mines. You were there. I didn't think you were serious. Tassie, you have her number, right? Keep me posted on what she's doing. Let me know if that ghost hunt actually happens. It's weird that you care what she's doing so much. Clearly, I have to. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. See you. I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. How are you holding up? I've been better. At least everyone's okay. There are a lot of parents who should have kept tighter reins on their kids. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. Ugh, what am I telling you this for? You can tell me stuff. I like to know more about you. And about Pearl Ann, for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. You're right, there are a lot of parents who should have done a better job tonight. Exactly. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. And clearly, there are some parents who aren't ready. Take the librarian. Let her rant. Tabitha is so interesting. Her choices specifically show so much depth. Like, the surface is very rough and hostile, but she doesn't seem like a bad person. She's such a well-written character. Right? I love her character so much. Like, she is so interesting to me. There are tons of people more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive, and here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do whatever the hell she wants. It's not fair. She can't conceive. She wants kids. Do you want kids? Lots of people want kids. That sucks. Sorry about today. It's fine. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be. Wait, when did you find she couldn't have kids? She went on a rant about how people who want kids but can't conceive. Yeah, that one. And the keen eye trait was like, that speaking from experience, isn't it? She's mad at the parents being irresponsible when she can't even be one. And she wants to be. This day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, but at least no one got hurt. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the shore mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. There's so much you get with the different traits. This is right. I mean, I say right like I understand, but yeah, there's that's what I'm seeing. Yo, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. So what chapters is the house collapse off the cliff? So there's 4 episodes out right now, right? Is that right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. WTF, these things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. You're only 4. Okay, then I think it might be a good idea to call it at the end of this chapter, which I'm assuming is now. So we can do the other 2 next week. Chekhov's gun is probably going to go off in the last few. These things are definitely not hairless monkeys. Okay. There is a gun in her office. There is a literal Chekhov's gun there. I guess there's more of them being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids dripping down over your eyes, even as you stare at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread boiling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settled in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. Jacob's very professional. Yeah, there is a gun in Tabitha's office. I wonder when that's going to be relevant. When you close your eyes, you see the shadowy figures that gathered behind Stella and the mines. Your thoughts are drawn to the carving on the wall and to the visions it imparted upon you. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Kitty! Just the cat. It's always just the cat. Fru's gonna sleep with me tonight. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Oh, baby! We've offended Fru. Oh, you okay, Tabby? There is something in the basement. We should not be here. Tommy Knocker, French Inspector, Sand Hater. This is the end of Chapter 2, Episode 3 awaits. Proceed if you dare. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there. I think it's... If I go any longer, then I'm going to reach a point where I'd have to go, and I bet it's going to get exciting. And also, I should probably take care of my throat. But this is great. Oh my god, I love this game. Thank you for the head pat. So let's find someone to write into. Oh yeah, you can hear my voice is kind of scratchy now. Yeah, I should probably stop. Thank you for playing it anytime. Jeez. This is great. Oh, Krim is playing again. Wait, hang on. Okay, they're just about to go on a break, but they're playing Bye Sweet Carol, which is sort of a similar vibe to this game. So I'll send you in there and you can see what that's like. So yeah, I will do the other 2 chapters next week. And then I'll probably keep playing it because I really like it and I want to see all the different ways the story goes. We're going to achievement hunt this. So next stream, let me pull up my schedule. It'll be another Kingdom Hearts 3 stream. We'll be doing the Rapunzel level there. So I will see you then and there if I see you, and if not, I'll see you when I see you, and I want you all to take care of yourselves until next time. Okay, bye-bye.